Well, we got the hands going. All right, we're back to the face. Welcome, everybody. This has been a hot mess. I'm trying to do something different because I don't know if many of you know, but what has happened is Facebook no longer allows you to stream from a streaming app, which I used to be able to stream to my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and YouTube. And it's caused a little complications. I promise you tomorrow night. I hope to have it right. I think I downloaded a wrong file tonight. So hopefully we're live and hopefully we're streaming to all of those. I'm going to take a quick look and make sure. So I'll give you some time to jump on. If you're here, please let me know that you're here. I would love to be able to say hello to you all. Oh, let's see. Okay, we are in my page, so that's a plus. Let me check my group out. Hopefully you can jump on. If you're here, please let me know you're here. And groups. Let's see if I'm in there. And it looks like it's still struggling with my group. Shoot. I don't know what's going on there. Well, we're going to run with it tonight. As you guys probably know, last night we did a really cute tag. And it was for Halloween, and it was to go on maybe a wine bottle or a Halloween basket. So we recreated this tag here and made a couple of them a little bit different. One has a fence, one doesn't. Okay, and they're slider, which makes it really unique because they get a nice gift, and it says pumpkin spice on there. Tonight we're making another tag, which I think is really cute. We're going to make this spinner tag, and I happen to have it on a bottle of Witch's Brew. Does anybody like Witch's Brew that's out there? You have to let me know if you like it or not. Okay, so we're going to recreate this tag. So I'm just going to take this off of my bottle so I can show you how to make this. This shouldn't take us too long tonight. Hopefully I have a better experience than I did last night. I apologize for that in advance. What we're going to do, let me get my phone out of the way here. I don't know where to stick everything tonight. We're going to first cut our tags. And to make this tag, you're actually going to cut two tags. So let me turn down my camera here so you can see it. You're actually going to cut two tags. One is in Pebbled Path, and the other is in Basic Black. Okay? And this tag, like I said, is real fun. You can kind of see he'll spin in different directions depending on how much pressure he has on him and how much shaking you do. So it's just kind of a little fun Halloween card. We are going to use some blends. We're going to use Highland Heather blends, Berry Burst, and Daffodil Delight Dark. And we're going to use some gorgeous grape ink. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I'm going to show you how to cut these fabulous tags. Now the tag itself is going to be 3 inches wide. So we're going to take our, move this over just a little bit, our cutter in here, and we're going to cut a piece that's 3 inches. And this one I did 5.5. So 3 inches by 5.5. I can slide that out of the way. And then I'm going to grab another piece of the Pebbled Path. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to cut at 3 inches. By 5.5. Okay. And then I'm going to move this cutter out of the way. Slide that on my stand there. Okay, so my next thing, I have this old punch. If you don't have the old punch, you're just going to have to angle cut your top pieces and do a slit up here in the top. If you have this punch, pull it out. It's one that, let me get the sticker off of here so you can see what it looks like on the top. If you ever have your chance to get your hands on one of those, it's a good one. And I bought it specifically last year. I was making large tags. And with this punch, as you can see, it makes making the top part real easy. And the nice thing about this, when I put this in the slot, these will come out even because my paper's cut to the same length. And now I have two pieces that are identical. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the slit in the smoky slate. And I have to determine which way I want my tag to go. Do I want my tag to go this direction or this direction? Because it will depend on how I put my pieces in later on. I am using this fabulous die, and this die comes out of Greetings of the Season dies. And I think it's pretty phenomenal. Because it does all the work for you, and you, on top of it, for everyone that you cut out, you also get another tag here that you can use. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to run that through our cut and emboss machine. Let me get rid of some of my scraps here. Just going to grab this out. And for this, you can even use your mini cut and emboss because these tags are, it'll be the right size to fit through there. I'm just looking for, I have some tape somewhere. There it is. It's hiding on my desk behind the bottle of wine. All right, there we go. I like to stick a little piece of tape on here to hold it where I'd like it to go. And I kind of want this in the middle. And I say that because you want to be able to have enough room on the bottom to put your sentiment and your little broom. So let's go ahead and I'm going to run that through. Now the stamp set that we're using is called Potions and Spells, and it is an online exclusive. So if you're looking in your catalog for this stamp set, you will not find it. The same with this die set. This Greetings of the Season, it is also an online exclusive. See these nice little tags you get? So you can just kind of save those. I'm also going to grab a scrap. I don't know if that'll be long enough. Let me see. I need a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of pebble path. I tell you, I go through so much pebble path. I'm not pebble path, pecan pie, sorry. So we got a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of pecan pie. And we're going to take the dies that are with the Potions and Spells bundle. And we're just going to grab out the broom base and the broom handle for now. We're going to put our broom handle on this side and our broom on this side. I'll run these through. So is everybody's kids back in school? All right, so I have my broom, I have my handle, and now I have one more piece I need to run through, and that's, I need a scrap piece of white because I need to do a tag for Happy Halloween. So I'm just going to cut a scrap of white here. And I have the Stylish Shapes banner, which works out perfect for this. If you don't have Stylish Shapes, they're amazing. They're squares. there's circles, and then there's these banners, which I love. And we're just gonna run that through. And then we have all of our pieces. While I have you, make sure that you are checking out YouTube, because my stuff will go to YouTube, and it's easier to find, I think, all of the videos in one place. So if you ever want to watch more than just one, they're right there. Where Facebook, you kind of have to go through all the comments and everything before you can find what you're looking for. All right, so those are the items that I need. For right now, I have to do a little bit of stamping, which we will do in a minute. Okay, so on my piece of white, I'm going to grab my Memento ink, and we're going to need a block, and I need to do the books, which is here, and we're also going to need Happy Halloween, which is there, and the cat. So are you guys cat or dog fans, or both? It's kind of funny because I'm a dog fan. Not that I don't like cats. I just had a bad experience when I was a kid. I found a cat, and I might have told you this story before, but I found a cat, and I decided to ride the cat around on my big wheel bike. And it didn't like it, so it decided to bite me, which was not good. And I had to go get shots and all that because it was a stray cat, and they wanted to make sure that I wouldn't get rabies, I guess, from it. So that was my first experience. And then my second experience, you know, I had a cat. Everybody wanted a Morris cat when we were kids. So I wanted a Morris cat too. And we had one, looked just like Morris the cat. I was walking in the pasture one day at my parents', and this cat all of a sudden just grabs my leg and bites me for no apparent reason at all. And that did not tickle. Went through my skin and broke the skin, and that was my second experience with cats. I did have a third experience. And my third experience, I had a really good cat that was given to us by my husband's mom, and its name was Pune, and she was a Persian cat, and she was a really good cat. She was very affectionate and loving. So she kind of changed my opinion of cats for the most part, which I guess is good. But other than that, I'm pretty much a dog fan. I like dogs really well. So I'm going to grab the Pebbled Path, and I'm going to do Pebbled Path Light for my cat with the blends. And we're just going to color this in. So. Now, if you want to get the instructions for these tags and a set to make yourself, you can place an online order with me. And for the tags, the online order would have to be $35. However, I would encourage you to put a little extra to that and get on my mini Jubilee board. I'm doing a board again this year. I'm trying to earn the incentive trip once again. This year's incentive trip is to Disney, which I've been a few times. I'm not a huge Disney fan, but I really like the incentive trips for being around the other demonstrators. It's so much fun. And Stampin' Up! Really does it up right. I mean, they treat us so well. And it's just an experience. I don't even know how to explain it, because it's like you're around a bunch of business-minded women that have creativity that is just flowing out of their bodies. And everyone is nice. which typically you don't always find that, but the atmosphere is just very positive and everybody's having a good time and we're sharing things with each other, which is always fun. So I would like to earn it again this year. So that's my way of giving back to my customers along with earning points to earn this trip for myself and my husband. I'm going to use lemon lime twist for the eyeballs on my cat because I want him to look a little bit Halloweenish, if that's even a word. There we go. All right, he'll be ready to cut out. Now we have to decorate our books here. And like I told you before, I use Berry Burst and Highland Heather, Berry Burst, and I think I even used a little bit of Blackberry Bliss. And Daffodil Delight. Let me spin my rack here and get my Daffodil Delight. All right, there we go. Okay, so the bottom book I colored yellow, and I'm just going to use the fine point on that. And then we're going to cut these out. And then the next book I did in the light Berry Burst. And the light part I did in the center here where the pages are. Now we all know we don't have pink pages for most books, but this is what makes it whimsical, right? So has anybody been doing anything fun for these last few days of summer? And then the outside, I'm going to use the dark Berry Burst. Like that. Go. And then the next book is going to be the dark Highland Heather. I just love our blends. And our next book is the light Highland Heather. And then I came back through with the little lines on here. And I made the lines on this book in the dark. There we go. And the lines in this book in the dark. There. Okay. Now we have, I'm going to set the blends aside. Now we have our broom. Okay, I'm going to put these over to the side because we've got to cut those out. We already cut our broom out, but you know, to me, there's a big difference between brooms here. And the main difference is just adding a little bit of color using pecan pie to your broom handle and to your broom. So let me grab pecan pie out here. And I will tell you that is one of my favorite colors. And I'm going to grab my blender brush. And I'm just going to pick up some ink. And the first place I start out with is on the bottom because, you know, when you're doing your floor, the bottom of the broom is usually the darkest. And then I'm going to go up the sides just to add a little bit of dimension. Then we're going to do the top up here. And then we're going to come down the side over here. And then very lightly, we're going to do a swoop up the middle just to give it a little bit more color. And then we're going to do our broom handle. And with this, you can also do the sides of it just to give it a little bit more dimension. I like to make it look old and worn. There we go. Sorry if my breathing's a little loud tonight. I've had a terrible bout with sickness this last week that I'm about ready to be done with. Whoops, sorry about that. I have to get this off of my desktop so we don't get our tag in it. Okay, now we need to get out Gorgeous Grape. And with the Gorgeous Grape, we're going to stamp our sentiment. So let me grab that block. And I like being able to use this mat because you can kind of line up your words, put your block on it, and it should be spot on. Now this is a tight fit, I will tell you that. And we're just going to dab it in our Gorgeous Grape ink here, and then put it over top here, like so. And there we have that. Put that away. Clean the stamp real quick here. Put that off to the side. We'll put those away in a minute. And then the last thing that we need to do, and I almost forgot about it actually, is the little stars that are on the top part. And I use these two. They're really small. Now you could do bubbles too, which would kind of be fun. We could have intertwined the cat in a pot instead. So it's kind of up to you how you use that. Let me grab the Gorgeous Grape ink out again. And we are going to take our Pebbled Path piece, wherever I put it. Missing piece, missing piece. Well, I know I took it out because I got the die out. So let me think about this, where I would have stuck it. Found it. All right. And then you just randomly plunk these little stars on here. And I like to make some of them go off of the paper, and you can kind of turn some of them, you know, just so they're not all so uniform. All right, that might be good. I might not even use that one because that's pretty good tonight. All right, let me wipe this one off. I'm gonna set these two together so I don't lose them. And now we can officially put the Gorgeous Grape ink away. Okay. And now this is where it gets interesting. Oh, I take that back. Not quite yet. Let me die cut these pieces that we didn't do. Set those off to the side. Bring in the cutting machine again. Oh, get your work out from this. And let me grab my dies for the cat in the books. Okay. And I think we can do them both at the same time. I'm just going to line this up on here. Put a piece of my tape down to hold it. And then the books, let me just cut that off of there. Piece of my tape here. So tomorrow night, I'm pretty excited for. We're doing the Halloween Haunted House kit. And we're doing adult beverages, regular beverages, and like a charcuterie here. So it'll be a lot of fun. I had to move it from last week because last week, like I said, I was under the weather. So that was no good. There's that cat. And here is our books. So quick question for you guys. Have you guys ever like lost a die and couldn't find it? And then find it in a really stupid place? I do that all the time. And it's because I don't put them back right away. So I'm going to take a moment here to do that so that I don't lose them. There. All right, now we're ready to assemble. So I use the black dimensionals. Now, if you have not ordered these black dimensionals, I don't know if you realize or not, but you get 2 sheets of the small in black and 2 sheets of these larger ones in black. And I just absolutely love them. The other thing that you are going to need, and you'll have to excuse the appearance of mine, is these strips, adhesive strips. Because we're going to put these adhesive strips along the bottom. Now, it's very important. You do not want to put them in the pathway of where this is going to move here, or you're going to have some issues. It's not going to look right. It's not going to move right. Okay, so we just want to pop this up because we got to have room. So I'm just adding these strips, these adhesive strips, around the outside. Don't peel them off yet. We're just prepping our piece. Oops, you know what? I don't want to put it there yet. So we forgot. Well, actually, I forgot. Ah, get off of there. Not a big to-do. I forgot to put the slot in. Major problem. If you forget to do this, it's going to be harder to get it through the punch. So let me just line these up, and I'm going to stick this in that same punch. Hopefully I can get it in far enough there. Just a little. There we go. Okay, now we have our slot. So now we're in good shape. All right, get that back off of there. Take this piece and we're gonna just run it up around like this. Get a little left over, which I can add to the one spot down here. All right, so this piece, make sure I didn't get a lot of this off here. This piece is going to sit on this piece, but not yet, because we have to take 2 pennies. This is what the mechanism is derived from, is these pennies. So your pennies, one is going to go on this side. You're going to take a dimensional, put in between it, and then the other one is going to attach to it on this side, just like so. And that is what our cat is going to sit on. So now we can rip these pieces off and adhere the rest of our tag. Now, some people have used magnets before. I haven't used magnets. I've used dimes if it's a smaller hole. But the pennies work really good. And you think about it, it's inexpensive. Just make sure before you give your pennies away that you check the dates on it and make sure you don't have a penny that's worth like $40,000 or something. Okay, and I'm just lining these up very carefully. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so now I can put my cat on, my books. And all I'm going to do there is I'm just going to glue his little feet on the top. And you can use liquid glue for that, or you could use glue dots. Probably liquid glue would work best. I'm just putting a little glue on his feet there. I love the Tombow liquid glue. It's one of my favorite. I just add it to my little my glue gun there so my hands don't kill me when I'm all done. Now to this, we are going to put it onto the penny. And to do that, you are going to use glue dots. So let me grab my glue dots somewhere here. There they are. And the easiest way to do this, I put the glue dots right on the penny. So I just pick them off and I stick them down here. And you're going to want quite a few because you want this to hold really good. Now, I tried tear tape. Tear tape does not hold real good on the pennies for some reason. Probably because they're probably dirty pennies, to be honest. There's probably a lot of grime and dirt on there that it just doesn't want to stick or adhere to it. But the glue dots work really well. So that's all I'm doing here is just adding the glue dots. Like I said, you want quite a few of them because you want it to hold nice and tight. There we go. I think one more should probably do us good. All right. And then we're just going to take our cat and we're just going to position him on here like so. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our broom down. And again, I use a glue dot. Just take a glue dot and put it right at the tip here of your broom or your broom base. Then the handle will stick right to it, like this here. Okay, and then we're going to glue this flat. And I'm just going to put a little liquid glue on this. The fine tip glue pen would work great for this. Then I'm going to lay it down on here. There we go. And then the sign here that says Happy Halloween, I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. I'm going to use 3 of them. There we go. Then this is going to go right on here like so. Isn't it cute? All right, and then we just have to put our ribbon on. For the ribbon, I use the Very Vanilla ribbon. And let me grab mine. And I'll use that as well. Here it is. And we're going to color it with Berry Burst, our Berry Burst blends. I'm just going to take a hunk of this. This Very Vanilla plaid ribbon is wonderful. You can use it with everything. And then I'm going to take a hunk of this. Actually, I'm going to take 2 hunks of this because we're going to want a couple pieces of it to make it fluffy. Okay. Now we just have to color our ribbon. Move those out of the way there. I did bring an extra penny. I didn't forget because the one time I was doing that, I dropped one on the floor and then I couldn't get it and rolled underneath my desk. Some little kid that comes in here is going to be so happy because they're going to find that penny. And when you do this, just don't rub real hard with your blends because it'll ruin the tip. Just real light. turn it one more time here. Okay. And then we're going to take our couple pieces here. And I like to just put them kind of in the inside on the one and then on the outside of the other. And then I'm going to push this through this hole. Like so. Find the center of it. And push it back through. And you want to be careful pulling because you don't want to rip your slot that you have. And that is our tag. So you'll have to let me know if you like it. I hope you do. Now tomorrow night, I am going to show you how to make a card. We're going to switch off from tags a little bit. I'm going to do a card with you. So I hope that you can, actually not tomorrow night, Wednesday night, I'm going to do a card. I will have to come to you probably a little bit later because I do have my card club Wednesday night. But I want to be able to get you a card as well. I hope you enjoy this cute Halloween card. If you do want to place an order with me, feel free. I'd love to have you order and get some free tutorials from me as well. There's a host code up here in the corner. And all you do is when you go into my online store, you put your items in your cart. And at the very end, it's going to ask you for this host code. And you just plug that right in. And it will put your order towards my companies. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a blessed evening, and I will see you on Wednesday night. Take care.